TikTok moves so fast, and no one dwells on, I don't think anyone even thinks of it in terms of failure. It's just like everyone puts out content on TikTok every day that, that doesn't land for whatever reason. A lot of it can be good content, and it's part of the learning experience. So I would just look forward.
And we're back. Pierre-Loic from Traack here. And you're listening to The Fast Track, the show where marketing change agents discuss transforming their marketing practice for the future. This is part 2 of my conversation with Amy Oakers and Dustin Good from TikTok. If you've not listened to the first episode, please pause and go listen to part 1 now. In this part 2 episode, both Dustin and Amy provide specific examples of brands that have been successful on the platform, and also share what they're most excited about at TikTok. Stick around until the end, as Dustin plans to share a special gift with us. Amy and Dustin, welcome back to The Fast Track. When you speak to marketers, who do you point to in TikTok that has done amazing, that could be a blueprint for other, and we can stay with beauty brands as an example, beauty and CPG brands. Who would be a good example that might be a few months or a few years ahead of others today?
I mean, I'll take this one. I mean, within beauty, I do feel like beauty within CPG or across all categories has really been an early adopter, regardless of where you are in the digital space. I think L'Oreal has certainly done an amazing job of embracing TikTok as an entertainment platform, really trying to come in, understand the platform, the communities, those sub-communities, and really our products to make it really work for them. But I'm going to go back to what we talked about earlier, but also at the same time, releasing control, right? Releasing that creative control. So I really feel like L'Oreal is probably at the top. We talked about Estee Lauder. Within the, I would even say within the food and bev space, there's been, Pepsi, I think, has done a great job. I think, Goldfish, go reach for the handful. I mean, who doesn't love Goldfish? I snack on it 24/7. But just them being on the platform, using creators, using some well-known creators to really, move the needle even more with their own challenge, I think just, reinvigorated the brand. Who knew that they really needed to reinvigorate? Again, ate Goldfish all day long, but it's just like, penetrating culture, I think, is what these brands understand that they need to continuously do. And I think those are great examples of the clients who constantly are trying to be part of that conversation and be part of culture. Dustin, I don't know if there's any other examples that
Before you chime in, Justin, just to follow up that I think it just touches on this point. Do some brands have it easier than others on the basis of who they are? And I'll use a specific example. You mentioned Dove. So Dove has had brand values imprinted to their core for the past 20 years. It's all about real beauty. They made this statement not using models going a few years back. So for them, leaping into authenticity should not be a stretch. Because this is the brand. And I'm just wondering if some of your advice it might be more accessible to some than others, or is it just different tactics and strategies, and really anybody can start embracing a new way of thinking about your marketing and your branding?
I mean, I'll just jump in really quickly. I actually think if I ask my daughter, in full transparency, who's almost 17 years old, what Dove stood for, I don't think as a consumer, she would be able to say to me, oh, they're about, body inclusivity, representation. I don't think she would. And I think the majority of Gen Zers don't know that about some of these brands who have been around for a pretty long time. So to answer your question, from my perspective, I think it's a even playing field, whether you are a older traditional CPG brand, or if what I consider you're a challenger brand just coming into the space. You have to make your mark. You have to constantly communicate to consumers today what you stand for. right? Because they may not know, but it actually means something to them. And I would say it means more to Gen Zers than anybody else. You know, what you're offering, what you stand for, how you represent, how you talk, who you put in your creative, all of that matters to them. And I think, again, that's the beauty of TikTok, because these creators are diverse. They are all showing up with their own perspective, their own story, and they're really able to, again, you know, tell that real, authentic story, and it resonates. It makes an emotional connection. Dustin, I know you're going to jump in as well.
Yeah, completely. Open playing field is the best way to put it, because a good story is a good story. I mean, of course, if you're a brand with legacy and you have brand equity, you should leverage that in how you show up to TikTok. I mean, that, you know, you should use that to your advantage. And, you know, there's also nostalgia and kind of vintage culture are big trends on TikTok. And so kind of like peering back into your marketing treasure chest. A number of brands have had success, like kind of bringing back old jingles and kind of reinvigorating them through new interpretation on TikTok. Rice Aroni did a really fun campaign like that. So, I mean, yes, be smart about how you can use your brand traditions and equity, but you don't need them. I mean, you know, if you don't have that, it's a great opportunity to, you know, you have a wide open canvas to tell your story in whatever way you want. I did a small business panel with this creator called Tassel Amor, and she sells tassels from Mexican artisans. And I did the panel with her. I've seen her channel. Even despite that, I don't even know what you use tassels for. Like, it's like they're, I guess, a decorative element, but I don't know where I would put them. Well, this isn't a good ad for her, but but she's just told the story of these artists that she's met, and you know, like how she sells her tassels. She also does kind of advice to other small business owners, and she's selling out from TikTok. She's told me, like, every new shipment of tassels she gets from a new artist, she sells out within days. And it's just, you know, like, she made tassels interesting on TikTok. She had zero brand equity. She had nothing. So, you know, we try and build a platform, and, you know, deliberately, where it's not follower based. It's not about, it's not a contest to build the most friends. It's built to be, may the best content win. And that's true as a creator, as a brand, as a celebrity, whomever. You know, there's meant to be, you know, sort of equality in that competition. And so I just, as a brand, like, you should relish that challenge. Like, let me make the best content and win.
Excellent. Let me take the other side of that question and not ask about the brands that have succeeded, but I'll impersonate a brand that has not, or missed the mark on TikTok the first time around. It was too skittish, wasn't sure about what was going on. But now I'm realizing that I'm so far behind my competition. I come to you guys and ask you, how do I get to catch up?
I would just say, I wouldn't even frame it in those terms, because, you know, TikTok moves so fast, and no one dwells on, I don't think anyone even thinks of it in terms of failure. It's just like, everyone puts out content on TikTok every day that, you know, that doesn't land for whatever reason. A lot of it can be good content, and it's part of the learning experience. So I would just look forward. I mean, TikTok, if a trend started like a month ago, it's ancient history. So, you know, the TikTok community is always looking for that next interesting video that they want to do their own take on, you know, or send to their friends. And just going back to Amy's point, just be brave, show up, try some things. If whatever didn't work, who cares? I mean, you know, don't do the same thing, right? Yeah. Like, learn from it. But the TikTok community is totally accepting and just wants to see you keep trying.
I +1 to that. Keep trying. Like, keep the effort. Keep the progression.
Look ahead.
Yes.
Are you partnering with your influencers to help drive sales this holiday season? With Traacker's new social commerce capabilities, you can select the best influencers to help increase traffic to your e-commerce site, create tracking links and streamline commission payments to influencers, and measure the impact of every campaign and influencer on your KPIs. From awareness to conversion, Traacker provides the intelligence and tools you need to impact each stage of your customer journey. Reach out at Traacker.com to learn more.
One last question before I get to my little quiz at the very end of the podcast. What's in the tank that gets you really excited at TikTok today? And you can share things that you're allowed to share or not. Just kidding. This is going to our audience.
Well, I'll start. I thought we'd get to this before now, but we've had so much bracing conversation we didn't come to it. We're investing a ton in our creator community in a bunch of different ways, but specifically with brand partnerships. We really see this as central to brands having success and for, being the best home for creators. And so specifically our TikTok creator marketplace is a platform that had launched in beta a couple of years ago. We just, made an official announcement, of its kind of release recently. But there's tens of thousands of creators on there now. We're going to be growing that community significantly. We're investing in a bunch of different functionality on the platform. But we really accessing creators, working with them. It is a new skill. It's a new muscle that brands are training themselves up on, and it's not easy. I mean, I've been doing this for close to a decade, and it's still challenging. These are human relationships. You're trying to navigate your brand values against someone, a creator's kind of personal branding and their point of view. So, just with our platform, we're trying to simplify that process. We're trying to offer prepackaged ways to partner with, to engage with different types of creators. That's going to continue to be a really important tool for brands going forward, and one that we really want them to explore.
Glad you called this out, Dustin. How about you, Amy? Well, what are you guys working on that gets you really excited?
I mean, honestly, guys, TikTok blows me away on a daily basis. It's like, what are we not working on? And some of the stuff I don't even know, right? On the sales side, guys, they keep me in the dark until I need to know. I think the thing that I'm most excited about is what we spent a lot of time in the beginning on, which is about, I think, community commerce, right? The tightening of the funnel, the opportunity to use creators and their communities, their sub-communities, to really make impact for our brands. Like, that to me is going to continue to evolve and shift, as it should. But that's what really gets me excited, is where we go from here, how we really lean into discovery, entertainment, conversations, authentic conversations, to really drive at register, right? So that's what I'm really excited about. And then I'm excited about the unknown, because I know TikTok's going to come out with something that is just going to blow us all away. And I'm always excited and on the edge of my seat for that. So I can't share what it is because I don't know yet, but we'll cover that in the next follow-up.
Nice. Great answer. So let me conclude by asking you guys, I always do this with all of my guests, who do you look up to for inspiration on marketing, person or brand?
I'm going to give you Mark Pritchard. I'm going to P&G. I mean, hands down, I think probably one of the most brilliant marketers out there. What he continues to do at P&G, legacy brand, and just the mark that he wants to make in the marketplace with P&G and their brands. So that, for me, he's probably at the top of my list. Dustin?
Well, I'm going to take the easy answer too. No offense to Mark, but it's really our creators that inspire me every day, and I think should inspire brands. That's the biggest advice I would give to brands is, it does take so much bravery to put yourself out there as a creator, and talk about no brand equity, no legacy. They're starting from scratch, and they're just, they're telling their stories, or they're trying some comedy skits. They have no idea if it's going to work. they're putting out hundreds of videos, trying to see what the audience likes. And, so many of them are succeeding. And it's just, I love to see their ingenuity and, and their talent. And specifically, I'm going to give the audience here a gift. I'm going to give 3 creators that specifically can inspire you in beauty and CPG. Number 1, Ya Young, YA 3 times, and then Young spelled the normal way. Go to him for joy. He is the most joyful presence you can find on the platform, is what the sort of joy of TikTok is about. He embodies. Number 2, Bond and Avant. Bond, like the action hero that's about to have his movie launch.
I was going to say James Bond. Is that where we're going?
Okay. Yes. En, but she's not like James Bond. I mean, I guess in a way she's cool like James Bond, but En and then Avant, Bond and Avant. And go to her for relatability. She's kind of, I don't know if she coined it, but she's sort of a core member of hashtag Every Girl Talk. And she's just very open. She talks about skincare along with, lots of other things she goes through in her life, but she just talks about, like, these are issues that I have. She's just completely open, bears it all. And the last one, Domenica AQ, DOMENIC go to her for creativity and inventiveness. Just visually, she's always kind of testing the boundaries of the platform and how you can, rethink production on TikTok, but also showcasing beauty routines and products. And, those are 3 of hundreds that are amazing, but I want to give people some specific starting points to kind of train their TikTok feeds. And those are 3 great creators.
Those were good ones. Nice
Christmas
work.
came early for us.
Yeah.
That's awesome, Dustin. Thank you. Though I have to say that I don't know if I'm equipped as a Frenchman to go check out Ya Young, because too much like TikTok, I perceive the creator as being happy and joyful and uplifting. So if you tell me this is the top of TikTok, I don't know if my Frenchness can handle it. But that's awesome.
Test it out. You can do it.
One last question. What's the next trend that you guys are each spending time on?
Dustin, I'll let you take this one first. This one's tough for me.
Yeah, I mean, I think Amy alluded to it, as a platform, even though we sort of slagged on the bottom of the funnel earlier in the podcast. I mean, we do, we want to serve our users in the best way possible and make their lives easier, make it more fun to use the platform. And so, we are going to be like, social shopping and community driven shopping, looking at these TikTok maybe buy it moments and just making them easier to participate in as a consumer, making product. I mean, think of, I don't know, Amy liked to go with her friends to the mall. I'm maybe the traditional male, like shopping just feels like a chore to me. It feels awful. And so, we're trying to make it less awful. If I see someone talking in a fun way about a product and I can just click and get a little more information and purchase on the app, we are trying to kind of compress that funnel and make a more enjoyable, purchase experience. If you're interested, we're going to do it in a way that doesn't take away from the entertainment and the great content. But I think that's going to be a really exciting development on the platform.
Yeah. And I took this question more, Pierre, of like trends that I'm seeing on TikTok and like, what am I really honing in on? So I'm going to answer it through that lens, which, guys, don't judge me.
I love how you just pivoted my question. That's fine, though. We let you out on this one.
I'm a salesperson. I pivot, but this is how I'm going to answer it because I'm obsessed with it. I'm obsessed with clean talk on TikTok. Specifically, how to reorganize your refrigerator and all of the little compartments that you need to then go and buy just to organize your refrigerator. So when you open up those beautiful doors, it is the most, aesthetically pleasing, highly visual experience to invite you in. And that is what I'm obsessed with. So that's the trend that I've been spending a lot of time with.
Very great. Very good answer. I'm actually going to go check it out now.
You should.
Guys, this is exciting. So it's been a long conversation. I'm glad we had it. And as Dustin, as you mentioned, TikTok moves at fast speed. So you're welcome to this podcast anytime to give us some dates and some news so that we can keep looking forward and not back. And on this, I want to thank you both, and thanks for participating. And until next time.
Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Thanks for listening to this episode of The Fast Track. Tell us what you thought of this episode by emailing us at ft@traackr.com. That is ft@traackr.com. If you enjoyed this episode, please share with a friend and leave a review on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you're listening from today. Thanks again, and see you next time.